Hi everyone. I am hoping we are live. I hope you guys are able to hear me and would love to see a quick hi from everybody who is here. So a quick hi will be great. So how is everyone? Would love to answer all your questions, as many questions as you guys have. Just throw it my way and I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, hi Ayush, hi Aditya, hi Rishabh, hi Coding Stars. क्या है कोडिंग स्टार्स क्या होता है यार नाम बताओ अपना Hi Anand, hi Dheeraj. Perfect. So, yeah, so super excited to be here. I'm guessing some of you might be sure. So, I'm sure some of you might be here to ask for placement. Some of you might be wanted to understand something else. Whatever your questions are, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer everything. Sure, I'll stick to English. I'll stick to English as much as possible. Sometimes I might slip, but that's okay. Perfect. So let me quickly take up some of the questions. Let's first take this question from Rishabh. Rishabh is saying, I've learned DSA yet unable to solve questions. Why? Okay. See, first of all, if you have done DSA, that means you should have solved a lot of questions. Doing DSA does not mean that you have read theory of 10 data structures or you have read like a book from end to end. Doing data structures actually mean that you are able to solve problems. You have solved a lot of problems. So if you have solved a lot of problems, then I think you can really say that you have done DSA. The fact that you're saying you're not able to solve questions means you need to look at it from a different perspective. Do not look at DSA like history. It's basically math. Unless you solve a lot of problems, how can you even say that you've done DSA? So, what I would recommend, start from scratch, right? Follow a place so that you are able to learn some topics, practice some topics, do a lot of problem solving on those topics, and then move to the next topic, right? Without doing that, you have not really done that topic, you have not really done DSA. I think that's the right way to do this. So make sure that you solve a lot of problems. You stick to one topic unless you solve 15, 20 problems in that particular topic. And once you gain that confidence, yes, you are able to solve problems, then you move to the next one. And then you move to the next one, right? So that's how we need to do DSA. Okay. Okay. Sankalp is asking me to check his post on LinkedIn. She mentioned me and Parik. Perfect. Sure, Sankalp, I'll definitely do that. Uh, some people are finding the deadlines to be very strict. See, in the end, these deadlines are to make sure that you stay motivated, you are able to stick to a timeline. If there were no time deadlines, I am telling you, you will not complete the program. So that is the reason we have deadlines. You might find it strict, use the pause feature, right? If you are in the certification courses, then you can use the pause feature and that will allow you to sort of time it accordingly. If you're part of the boot camp, then you can actually ask your RM to help you with the deadlines a little bit and they will be able to solve that problem for you. In the end, we are here for to help you learn. Deadlines are not something that we love. We love your learning. We care about your learning. And we know that if you remove the deadlines, you will not complete your program. So that's why the deadlines are there. So don't worry. You'll be absolutely okay. Just reach out to the team if you're facing any issue. If you are part of if you've taken one of the coding ninjas courses, you can use the pause feature. If you're part of the boot camp, then you might have to reach out to your RM to take some help. But the team is here to help you. So please use that effectively. Perfect. Okay, so Anant is saying, so will you please suggest how can I manage DSA and development together? I'm currently enrolled in Java DSA plus MERN course of yours and currently at the beginning of DSA part. So first of all, you don't have to manage both of these together when you are on DSA. When you are on DSA, please focus on DSA. That's something that we need to take care of. right? That's the part we need to focus on. And once we are done with DSA, then we move to development. And when you move to development, that is the point where you need to think about how do I manage both. Because I do recommend that you do keep practicing DSA while you are learning development as well. So while you're going through development, please, my recommendation to you would be either decide one day a week, for example, Saturday, I'll spend 5 hours doing DSA every week. Or you can decide that I'm going to do 2 hours every alternate day, 1 hour every day, whatever works for you. But make a schedule. Make a clear cut schedule for yourself that I'm going to practice 5 to 6 hours a week DSA. Even if I've done it, I'll continue to practice it. Especially if you're enjoying learning DSA, if you're enjoying your sort of solving problems, then this is something that you should definitely do. You will keep enjoying it. Your DSA will stay fresh. A lot of companies, whenever you go for placements, will be asking DSA. So it's very important that we stay up to date on that, right? So during DSA, you don't have to do both. During development, what I would suggest is just find 5 hours a week to do DSA, while rest of the time, all of it should go to development. Perfect. So Aditya is saying this is a question that I know a lot of you will have in different ways possible, right? So Aditya is saying I have 2 years gap. I am doing DSA. I am able to solve problems. Will I be able to get a placement in product risk companies? Some of you might be worried about, hey, I am not from computer science. Some of you might be worried about, hey, I am not even from a BTech background. Will I be able to get a job in product risk companies? See, I think I have a very, very simple answer to this. One thing you need to understand is you need to get one job. You don't have to get 10 jobs, right? Whatever are the companies out there, some of them will have a problem with your gap years. Some of them will have a problem with your not being from CS. Some of them might not like the fact that you've not done a BTech. Whatever be the problem, but there will always be few companies who will only care about your skills, who will only focus on how good you are in programming. So we need to get job at one of those companies. And there are enough companies like that which will focus only on your skills. Now, one thing that you will have to think about is that is only DSA enough for me to get a job? My recommendation would be that do learn web development as well. Do learn development in some form or the other to make sure that you have some projects to show and you have something to show that you will be productive. You will be able to become productive from day one, right? So that is very important. So don't just rely on DSA. Do a little bit of development as well. That's really going to help you and actually open up a lot more opportunities for you because all the startups out there, they will ask you a little bit of DSA, but they will focus on development as well because they want people to come in and be productive from day one. That's why they will really, really want you to be good in both. Hmm. Perfect. So she was about to complete his program in Java. Now she was worried, not worried, but confused. Should he do CP or should he do development? She will sort of depend upon which year you are in, right? So generally, if you are in, let's say, first year, second year, I would say whatever you feel like, just go ahead and spend like 3, 4, 5 months on doing that. If you have no preference, my recommendation would be to please learn development and not do 100% time on CP. You want to do CP? Spend some time doing it. Like the 5, 6 hours I mentioned in terms of the amount of time you should allocate to DSA. Do that and spend that time on CP. Maybe spend 10 hours on CP, but don't do just that. In the end, once you join a company, you would be expected to do development. That's what you would do. So why not learn that upfront? Why not learn that before joining a company? So that at least we are able to, and that will also tell you what are you expected to do once you join a company. That will also tell you whether this is something that you enjoy or not. You will be able to make your preference. Say, I don't like web development. I want to be in Android. I don't like either of them. I want to be in ML. I want to be in data science. All of these things you will be able to decide only if you have some experience of doing these. DSA is great. DSA is your way into the company. But once you are into the company, what you need to do is development. So please make sure that you spend time doing that. I think that's far more important. Do CP on the side if you like it, but do not do just that for 4 years. Okay. So Rahul is saying, I recently joined a company with 5 LPA, but my main goal is product based company. What should I do now? So Rahul, great, right? Like you have a job, you are doing well, and 5 LPA is decent amount of money. I'm sure you will be able to do whatever you want to do in your life and like enjoy it, right? So along with that, now if you really want to get into a product based company, I think we just need to work on our skills. Nothing different. DSA, we need to improve. We need to work on development efforts as well. We need to work upon that as well, right? So learn that, and like as soon as you sort of go through that, you will realize how much knowledge you are able to grab in like 6, 8, 10 months. I think that's the amount of time you will have to give to yourself if you really want to be good in both these areas. And once you do that, you will have a lot of opportunities out there, using which you'll be able to get into product based companies. Perfect. So Pratik has learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Should I make project or learn framework? Pratik, see, if you've done HTML, CSS, JavaScript, build one or two projects, then move to framework, right? Uh, in the end, there is no hurry to anything, right? You need to enjoy what you're doing. You need to build stuff. You need to get like hang of it, and then once you start enjoying it, like you can keep learning more and more things and keep changing your project accordingly. If you've done HTML, CSS, JavaScript, my recommendation: let's quickly build a game. Right? Let's build a game. Then we will learn React or Angular, and whatever we learn, we can modify our game to use those frameworks and actually understand what is the difference between the two, how much more effort it takes or how much less effort it takes. Are we able to write better code? Is our code like, is our overall application better? We'll be able to do all of that, right? So yes, I would definitely recommend you to work on a project before you start learning a framework. And then you can use the same project when you're building the framework. You can change it accordingly. Okay. So a couple of people are saying that they're not that good in DSA. What should they do? See, first of all, if you've done enough problems, if you have worked upon, especially Aditya is saying that Aditya is not that great in DSA. What should we do? So Aditya, first of all, I do see a lot of posts from you on LinkedIn, and congratulations the amount of work that you keep doing. Right, like you have built projects. So don't get stuck on DSA as such. You are able to build some projects, continue do what you enjoy. For example, if you're liking development, keep working on that, keep building stuff. That's going to give you a lot of value, that's going to give you a lot of skills, which will eventually outpower whatever your weaknesses are, right? And along with that, just keep practicing, you will keep getting better, and slowly and steadily will get there. So don't worry about too much about your weaknesses. You need to focus on your strength. I think your strength is that you are enjoying what you're doing, right? So just continue doing that, and work on your projects. You'll do well. Okay, so I don't know what news Ram is hearing. Doing fake in placement, I don't even know what that means, right? Like, what can I do in terms of fake in placement? So sorry, I'll just ignore this. So would recommend you to either give me more details. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or anything, like if you want to have a personal chat as well. But I'll request you to please stop copying pasting the same thing. Uh, Shobit is saying, any benefit of seeing recorded sessions without being able to negotiate the salary? I'm not sure, Shobit, what do you mean? Really sorry. You will have to give me a little more details and I'll be able to answer. Javed is saying that the audio is a little low. Is that true? Are other people able to hear me? Please feel free to raise a question. Like if you feel free to comment if you're not able to hear me. So I think people are saying we need to increase the volume. Can we do that? Sure, guys. I'm trying to increase the volume. Just give me 1 minute. Guys, is this better now? Is the volume better now? Please tell me if the volume is better now. Perfect. Perfect. So, okay. So I'm going to answer again a very generic question that I'm sure a lot of you will ask me, right? Like, so, for example, there is this question uh, from. Oh my God, the speed is amazing. I'm not able to even find the question. Yes, this is from Priyanshu. So Priyanshu is saying, is system design beneficial for freshers? See, guys, I think one thing that I want all of you to do is get out of this exam mentality when we are looking to build skills, when we are looking to apply to companies, when we are looking for a job, right? All of us have given so many exams that we are not able to break that mentality. I'll tell you two, three main differences between an exam and job interviews or building a career. First of all, we had to clear all the exams. Failing in even one or two exams was considered to be really, really bad, right? But on the other hand, in case of interviews, the default is that you will fail. You need to clear one interview to get a job. You don't have to clear all the interviews of all the companies to get a job, right? Like you need to clear interviews at one single company. So even if you get 10 failures, that's absolutely okay. I hope you realize this one major difference. And it's very, very important for you to know, because I have seen people getting so depressed, so sad by just failing at one company. I mean, how does it even matter? We have hundreds and hundreds of great companies. We just need to clear interviews at one such company. So failures is absolutely okay as part of interview. Secondly, because we've given so many exams, we are used to thinking, do I really need to do all the topics? If I leave one topic, maybe I'll lose 1 or 2 marks. That's it. Please do not think that way. System design, DSA, web development, all of these things will help you forever in your career. So it's not like whatever I learned today, tomorrow is my exam, I do it and then I forget about it. This is something that whatever you learn will be helpful for you for the rest of your life. So why not learn whatever is coming, and why give it a skip? If you're thinking about system design, might as well learn it. What is the harm in learning system? It might take a 1 month, 1.5 month in terms of effort, but once you learn, it will be with you forever. In general, very few companies will focus on system design for freshers. But my recommendation, if you're thinking about it, if you want to be good in development, system design is generally very, very helpful. So you might as well do well in it. Okay. Alok has a very interesting question. In my college, special DSA training classes are at 5:30 to 7:30 after college hours. Should I attend classes or practice code at home? Totally depends upon you. If you think going to those classes help, where whatever your current level is, it is actually helping in getting better. Is it just theoretical? Is it useless? If that is the case, don't go. If you think whatever they are teaching is useful, but you already know it, don't go. Practice at home. Right? So if you think, no, whatever you're learning there, whatever they're teaching is great, the teacher is great, and you are able to learn more, and they are doing it in a very good practical way and not just theoretical, then do attend the classes. So I can't give a generic answer here, but I think you have to find an answer for yourself accordingly. So somebody is asking, can they get a job after 2 years without experience after BCA? See, it just depends upon how good you are in your skills. Now, BCA, 2 years gap, will it look good on your resume? No, definitely not. Now, what do? We need to either work on great projects, which become the highlight of our resume. If we are not able to get a job, maybe we should get an internship first. That will become the highlight of our resume. So we need to do something to outshine whatever the weaknesses are, right? So we need to do well in projects or internships so that people don't look at you and say, this is a resume of somebody who has done BCA and has 2 years gap. People say, this is a guy who has built this amazing project. I'm telling you, every recruiter is just looking for one solid reason to have a conversation with you. So if you just build that great project, get those great skills, or do a great internship, anything of that sort will just completely redefine how you look at yourself and how people look at yourself. So you need to do that effort, so that put in that effort so that people start looking at you from that angle, right? So please do that. Okay, so we have a good news. Karthik got a job at Oracle Health as SD1. I solved 520 plus questions on lead code. Should I try computer programming as some companies increase their level of questions, please? First of all, congratulations. You got a great job. And now my recommendation, please learn development. Please focus on that as well. You solved 520 plus problems on lead code. Please stop worrying so much about DSA. Work on, like, you have a great job. Do well on that job. Learn development. Do amazing work at that job. And when you're looking for a switch at that time, if you have to do a little bit of DSA more, we'll do that. Honestly, there are only three, four, five companies out there which focus on CP level DSA. The only reason you should do CP is if you really enjoy it. And I enjoy doing it. This is helping like keep my mind fresh. This is helping me sort of helping grow my DSA skills. But that is more from a learning perspective. That is more from something that you're enjoying perspective. That's more of from a hobby perspective. That will obviously help you in DSA interviews because you would have solved so many hard problems that those problems will become relatively easy for you. But specifically, companies focusing on CP level problems is very, very rare. So you don't have to do CP just because you believe that eventually sometime down the later you will be looking for a job and at that time you will have to have that skill. I don't think that is something that will be needed. So please don't do that. Okay. So what is Lalit saying? Lalit saying I've completed Node.js, React.js, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now should I learn DSA or find jobs from the combination I've learned? Course, career, camp, full stack, web development. Okay. थोड़ा सा तो DSA कर लो, है ना? थोड़ा बहुत तो कर ही लो. What is the harm in learning DSA? I'm telling you, it will help you forever. Your first company might not focus on it. Your second company will. If that will not focus, your third company will. And once you leave it now, you will always be scared that I am not good at it. Now you are part of a career, like you're part of this boot camp, which is basically taking care of everything for you. You have great support available all around you. Use that effectively, right? If you are finding a little bit hard, there are TA webinars happening. All of that will help you take care of it and get rid of that fear. So please spend some time doing DSA. It'll make your life easy in terms of finding the next job. It'll make your life easy because you'll be not scared of it, and you will always be able to confidently say, whatever be the case, I'll be able to take care of it. So my strong recommendation that please do get to a decent level in DSA. You don't want to like get into DP and you don't want to like do the last 2 3 topics. That's okay. Generally, my recommendation would be to why skip it, but at least do it till a decent level. So Rajesh is saying how much is sufficient DSA for a startup company? Currently, I'm doing React. Depends from company to company, right? Most of the company, like for example, at Coding Ninjas, we ask very, very less DSA. We focus far more on the. Now, most of the startups, a lot of startups would do that, right? That being said, I just want you to get rid of this feeling, right? Like I'm not good in DSA. Nobody is good in DSA till they become good in DSA. So this is a journey that you have to go through. You have to practice. You have to spend time learning it, and only then you'll be able to become good at it. It's not, if you are good in development, I am telling you, you have strong aptitude. You have the right attitude to learn. It's just that you are scared of DSA a little bit. It could require a little bit more effort from you, but I'm telling you, you will be able to do it. The fact that you are good in React, the fact that you have put in that effort, I'm telling you, you'll be absolutely okay learning DSA as well, right? You're not able to solve difficult problem, at least get to a level that you're able to solve easy medium problems. You understand how things work, right? Because sometimes difficult problems are about tricks, right? ठीक है नहीं हो रहा, that's okay. At least for the rest of the things you'll be able to take care of everything. So please do DSA as well. At least do enough so that you are able to get to easy medium problems and you are able to solve them. Okay. So I'm doing course in data science with ML from Coding Ninjas. Will I go for internship along with this, or after completing this go for a job, as I want to gain 1 year experience and then MS in USA for data science? Okay. See, if you can get an internship right now, go for it. Right? No harm in doing it. But I don't want you to spend most of your time trying to find an internship rather than learning what you're supposed to learn right now. So my recommendation in general would be that completely focus on your learnings, your studies, your project building. Towards the end, when you're about to complete the course, start looking for internships or jobs. That will be the right time, because to get an internship also you need to have the right skills. So please gain those skills first, work on the right sort of projects, then do an intern or a job depending upon whatever you're going to get. ठीक है जी, हाँ जी. What else? Perfect. When will the market gonna recover and the placements continue as before? I wish I knew it. Right? Will the market recover? Obviously, it will recover. See, it's a cycle that has been around forever. Markets go up. Most of the times, markets go up. Then recession comes. It comes down for a little bit of time, and then the market starts going up again. So generally, what we have seen is that the markets, if they go up for like 7, 8 years, the recession will last for like 2.5 years, right? So we are already into a recession from, like, I would say, like down market from at least almost 1 year now, 1.5 year. So I would expect that markets will start doing better in the next year. So hopefully 6 to 12 months from now, we'll start seeing better jobs. I think overall things are moving in the right direction as well. So I don't think we'll get back to the levels where we were a couple of years back, which was absolutely crazy tech market. Like, you just had to add a software engineer next to you and you'll get hired, whether you know something or not. That was that sort of market, right? Everybody left, right, center was getting a job, multiple job offers. And I don't think we'll get to that, because that was very, that was happening because a lot of money was coming into startups, a lot of money was coming into companies, leading to everybody hiring so many people, right? I don't think that's going to happen, but we should get to, before that, that was a normal market. If you're good at coding, if you have right skills, you will be able to get the right jobs, right? So that's something that market will definitely come back. My expectation, 6 to 12 months, we should be able to come back to where we want to. So if you want to start learning now, perfect time, right? Next 6 to 12 months, it's going to be very hard to, like, it's generally hard to find a job. So let's use that time to upskill ourselves. Let's learn, let's build a lot of projects, let's make sure that we have the right skills, and when at the end of 8, 9, 12 months, we are able to get the right sort of jobs, right? And this is not first time that the market is sort of behaving like this, right? Like, I graduated in 2008. I think that was one of the worst periods to graduate. Actually, I think the next year after that was worse, much worse, because when we graduated, we got the job in 2007, because the placements happened in the eighth semester. So we were sort of okay. But I think a lot of people from our batch also, like, didn't get the joining dates, etc. So it's part of life. It will happen, but eventually we all of us will do okay if you have the right skills. Don't worry about it. Okay. Pratik is saying, I don't like maths, but I still wanted to learn AI because there's a need of future. What to do? See, first of all, you need to realize, do you want to do it because that's the future, or do you want to do it because you are excited about it? That's something that you would enjoy. First of all, even if you want to learn AI, you will have to learn DSA, basic programming. That is very important. If you are able to do that, you don't require a lot of math. For example, the machine learning course that I have built at Coded Ninjas, I have made sure that the math is very minimal. And I'm like, for example, you would need to know at least what is differentiation. You need to know that, right? You need to know a little bit of probability. You don't have to be amazing at probability. You don't have to be amazing at, in terms of that you are able to solve all sort of problems in probability, JE level problems in probability, though that's not required. But at least basic understanding that there is a concept called probability, I think that is something that is needed, right? So if you are able to do that, I think you'll be okay. And you need to find a way to sort of learn. And also, a lot of people doing AI will not actually work on the actual models which require a lot of math. They would actually be working on the applications of those models, working on all the applications of different types. So you'll be working on data, you'll be working on collecting data, filtering data, finding the right type of data, right? Like, you're doing all of that, and then using the existing algorithms to sort of implement it, right? Like, you'll need little bit of math, but not a lot of math, because most of the algorithms will be available for you. So you would need to understand how to fine tune those, the different type of algorithms. When do they work, when do they don't work? You have to have all that understanding, but knowing deep levels of math is not that very, like, that's not needed unless you plan to do a PhD in AI data science. That's the case when you would definitely need a lot of math. So don't worry. If you're excited about it, you'll be okay. Go ahead and do it. Okay. Sayed is saying Sayed is 37. I'm also 37. Like, I'm 36. I'll turn 37 next year. He has done MSc in biotech. How can I get a job as a programmer? Please reply. So Sayed, first of all, see, when I say that we can move around whenever we want to, it does get a little harder as we sort of the gap sort of increases, the irrelevant sort of experience sort of increases, but it will depend upon what your experience is. I think the biggest problem for you is going to be, if you're doing a job right now, matching expectations in terms of that you will be treated like a fresher once you join IT industry. If you've not done programming before, if you've not done a programming job before, you will have to be okay with that. In general, my recommendation to everybody out there is forget about your past. You need to be clear. You need to have your expectations clear that, hey, I'll be treated like a fresher. I might not get a very high salary to begin with, and I'm okay with it. Your experience will help. You will be able to sort of, because you have the right sort of experience, you have worked in industry before, people will sort of give you that respect, and people will sort of know that you will have the right sort of professionalism in you when you join a company. But that being said, I think the best bet for people like you who have a different sort of background is to try for startups. Startups are far more open, and they value people who have the right sort of skills. Okay, what do you need to do to get a good job? First of all, get the right skills. Work on multiple projects, work on great projects end to end, get a deep understanding of whatever field you want to get into, and gain that confidence that you're amazing in development. Not just DSA, you will have to get really good in one area of development. Once you do that, just reach out to as many startups out there, right? They are very, very open in terms of who they hire, right? What they really care about is that you are good in your skills. And generally, startups are by default, right? They tend to not have a lot of option in terms of people who are absolutely amazing. Sometimes they don't prefer to go to startups. Startups are generally open to talk to a lot more people. They have to hire fewer people. So because I have to hire 2 3 people, I am generally open to talk to everybody. If I had to hire 100 people, then it'll become very, very hard for me to talk to individual people who are sort of coming and talking to me. But if I have to hire one person, 2 people, I would want to sort of talk to everybody out there to make sure that I get the right people. And when I'm hiring 1 or 2 people, the hiring is so important that I don't want to lose out on great people. I would talk to as many people out there as possible. So generally, startups will be far more open to experiment. You're far more open to sort of talking to people like you with your sort of experience. So my recommendation, first of all, get amazing skills, get good in one area of development, really good at it, build few projects so that you are able to showcase yourself. Then apply to as many startups out there. Don't hesitate. Just reach out to as many people out there on LinkedIn or whatever other mediums. I'm telling you, it's not as hard as you might be feeling it might be. Hanji. Okay. Aman is saying I'm placed at PhonePe with my joining next year. Need advice for corporate. No advice, man. You've done amazing work. You are joining PhonePe, which is a great company. Congratulations. And what you need to do, just work hard. Once you join the company, work hard, do really well, right? Like I'm telling you, a lot of people around you will tell you, "Ab to chill maro, ab kya karne ki zarurat hai." Just don't listen to all that. All that crap is useless. Don't focus on all of that. Obviously, you should enjoy yourself, but you need to work hard as well. I'm telling you, like the hardest I've worked is obviously one was during when I was preparing for JE. The second is when I was at Amazon. Because your first job is generally very special. You sort of first time in your life you will be doing something productive. Something that you will be doing will actually get used by people out there. Right? At PhonePe, whatever you build will get used by millions of people as soon as it gets deployed. So that itself should be very, very motivating. And that's why I worked really hard at Amazon, because I absolutely loved what I was doing, because that was the first time I was enjoying, like I was building something that people were using, right? So just work hard and enjoy yourself on the weekends, but on the weekdays, like I personally honestly used to go to work at like 11:30 in the morning, and I have spent like months and months when I would come back at 1 or 2 in the night and just work, because not because I'm being forced to, because I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing. And once you do that, you get better at it, right? you get a lot of respect, you build really strong relationships, and all of that really helps. So just work hard, and I'm telling you, everything will be okay. You are smart, I know, because you have cracked an amazing job. I'm sure you'll do well. Just the only trap we should not get stuck in: why work hard now? That's always a wrong answer. Work hard, enjoy hard as well, but work hard as well. Partha is saying, sir, I'm a BCA student. Can I do your 12-month web development course? I'm assuming you're talking about the bootcamp program. You can definitely do that. That bootcamp program actually is open for everybody out there. Anybody, as I said earlier, anybody who is looking to get into software development, anybody who is excited about it, has the right sort of attitude. Attitude is far more important than aptitude for me, because if you have the right attitude, that means you will stick around, you will complete the program, right? That is what is my biggest sort of test to allow somebody to get into the program. That will you complete the program? Are you ready to put in the effort that is required to learn all of this in the next 9 to 12 months? We'll learn DSA, we will learn full stack web development, we'll work on multiple projects, we'll give a lot of mock interviews, right? We'll sit for a lot of placements, and like we'll work on your resume. A lot of these things will require a lot of effort from you as well. So are you ready to do that? I think that's the question you need to answer. If you are ready to do it, your BCA is great. Like, we are happy to have you as part of the program. Okay. So Arif is saying, sir, मैंने 4th year में DSA start किया है कोडिंग निंजा से, मुझे और क्या करना चाहिए फिर प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी में जाने के लिए? So Arif, first of all, 4th year में start किया है ना, so थोड़ा लेट जा गए हम, which is okay. Now we'll have to give a lot more time on this. So don't hurry. Don't think that I'll start in 2 months, I'll get an amazing job. So you've started, great. Work on DSA skills, then work on your development skills as well. Then by end of 4th year, we would have given like 1 year to it, like the whole prep. Then start applying for companies, and I'm telling you, you'll get good companies. Don't worry about it. We'll be okay. But work on your development skills as well. Don't just focus on DSA. I'm not sure, Preetham, what exactly you're trying to ask. What can I say about the placement pool advantage in career camp? So, in case of we call it bootcamp now, the Codinjas bootcamp is basically we help you in your placements from in terms of helping you prepare for it. Preparing means you getting the right skills, you building the right projects, you having a great resume, you giving a lot of mock interviews to make sure that you do well in the actual interviews as well. So all of this we'll take care of. Then we'll help you connect with the companies. Now, how do we help you connect with the companies? We have a placement team which talks to a lot of have hired through Coding Ninjas. So we'll reach out to those companies, help you sort of get connected at those companies, and go to the placements at those companies. Along with that, we'll help you through hires, through Naukri, getting the right opportunities. Because in the end, we don't care whether you get a job through placement cell or through hires or through Naukri or through your reference or through your college, whatever be the case. What we care about is that you get a job. So we'll take care of all of that, right? So that's basically what the placement pool advantage is as part of career camp. Okay, so obviously we talked about recession and jobs. Now we have to talk about AI and jobs. So will in the era of AI, will developers have to compromise with the jobs, or there'll be more demand for developers? See, I think you need to realize that because of COVID, a lot more companies have started moving towards tech. Our dependency on tech has become so much more. Everything that we do it through technology, right? Everything around you is changing so fast. Like, if I think about it, right, like 8-10 years back, we were not using an app to book in a cab, right? We were not ordering food through an app. All of that has completely changed. How we run things, how things are running around us has completely changed. So almost everything around us will continue to keep improving using technology, and that means more and more software developers. It might mean that we need to do software development in a different way. Some of the things AI might take care of, but there'll be enough things out there which will require a lot of software developers, right? So it's not like the number of software developers that the world needs is on an uptrend. It will keep going up for a long period from now. I'm absolutely sure about it. AI will help you become more efficient. You might not have to do that much searching on Stack Overflow or on Google, and AI might help you give a right answer right away, right? So those things might happen, will become help you become more efficient, right? But does not mean that number of jobs of software developers will sort of like, that's not a crisis that we need to worry about as software developers for sure. Sandeep is saying, in current market and recession, is it possible for us to get high paying jobs? See, it's not that there are no jobs out there. There are enough jobs out there. It's lesser than what it was some time back. It's lesser than what it will be 6 months, 12 months down the line. That's the only thing. If you are amazing, if you have great skills, yes, you can get a job even today. From our placement cell, we are like placing, I think, close to 250, 300 people every month through just our placement cell. Right? A lot more students, according to the student, get job through their campus through other ways as well. So a lot of jobs are out there, a lot of companies are hiring. So you can still get a high paying, great job. It's just that you need to have great skills. And if you have the right skills, even if you don't get a job today, you'll get it on like 2, 3, 4 months. That's okay. We have a long career to manage, right? So 2, 3, 4 months here and there does not matter at all. What matters is that we get to great place where we learn a lot, because learning is what will define how you grow financially over time as well. Okay, let's take a few more questions. Will Coding Ninjas bring a full-fledged course on DevOps? Interesting. So it's one of the to-do lists that we have. Uh, I think right now we are focused far more on AI, ML. We recently launched a course on Spring Boot using Java, so full stack web development course using Java with Spring Boot as the framework. So that's something that we recently did. So see, at Coding Ninjas, we take a lot of time creating new courses, because we believe that we want to create the only like high quality courses without work. Like instead of thinking of let's launch 20 courses a year, we actually end up launching only 2 or 3 courses a year. It takes us time. It takes a lot of effort for us to maintain and like keep updating. A bigger priority for us is to maintain and update our existing courses rather than create new courses, right? So yes, DevOps is definitely on the list, and hopefully we'll be able to launch soon. So, for example, recently we have completely updated our MERN stack course. The React course is completely updated. The Node.js part is completely updated. The JavaScript part is completely updated. We are recently working on even updating our DSA courses. So, a lot of work is going on in a lot of these courses. So, the bandwidth sort of, we have to prioritize what we do. Okay. So, I see somebody asking about Stanford and how did I get in. Uh, Sure. So, how did I get into Stanford for masters? So, see, I think when you're applying for masters, what are the things that matter? Your undergrad college definitely matters. Your GPA matters. Your what sort of work, research work you've done, that matters. Your letter of recommendations matter. So, these are a combination of these few things which really makes a application strong or weak. GRE score is not that important. Now, out of these things, my undergrad college was great, right? IIT Delhi, that was really, really helpful in terms of getting me admission. A lot of people from IIT Delhi go to Stanford every year. So that generally gives you a lot of help in terms of uh, like that brand really helps you get into great MS colleges as well. My GPA was decent. It was 8.25, which was a decent GPA. I think not so great, but not bad as well. And along with that, I think I had a pretty strong LORs because I'd done some good work during my college with my professors, which helped me get a good LOR, which eventually helped me. I did have, I think one research paper at that time, which helped me sort of get into Stanford as well. So yeah, so these sort of combination of these things really helped me. So Hardik was laid off after 2 years of experience. Currently enrolled in CC Career Camp Web Development course by Coding Ninjas. Hardik, don't worry at all. Right, 2 years of experience in development, you'll be absolutely okay. It's just about time when we get the right opportunity. The fact that you have decided to join the program, you're learning a lot. I'm telling you, this might be a blessing in disguise. Wherever you are working now, you will come out of this program much more skilled, right? And with that experience as well, plus this experience of learning, I'm sure you will do really, really well in your career. And this might actually be a blessing in disguise. So don't worry about it, you'll be absolutely okay. Just keep learning. Just make sure that you upgrade your skills to a level that you become absolutely amazing and people are not able to ignore you, right? Just keep learning. So Rahul is saying, I'm a beginner. What should I do for software development? Very, very simple. Let's first start with DSA. Let's first start with introduction to programming, learn DSA. Let's solve a lot of problems. Once we've done that, we have some basic level of confidence. Then we will see whether we want to get into web development, Android development, iOS development, machine learning, what we want to do. We'll figure it out at that time, right? And that's it. That's what we need to do. We need to first build. So data actual algorithm is like the foundation that we need to build. Once you have built that, then on top of that we need to work on skills that will actually be required from the industry, that actually the industry will ask us to like build once we join the company. So that is web development, Android, iOS, something of those, that sort. And that is very, very interesting. Honestly, personally, I absolutely love web development because it allows me to build projects, build something that people are using, build it, deploy it, and it's out there in the market, right? Like, and as you get people who are using something that you have built, I'm telling you, it's an amazing feeling. So I tell a lot of people that whatever you're building, just quickly deploy it and launch it, and make sure that 5, 10 people around you are using it, so that you get the motivation to keep improving it and making it to go to the next level. Sahil is saying how to manage coding in college. Please answer this. Sahil, I'm guessing you're in first year. क्योंकि फर्स्ट ईयर में सबको टेंशन हो रही होती है कॉलेज की, उसके बाद तो क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है हमें, राइट? I mean, like, you need to do well in college. I do, like, one recommendation I give to everybody out there, only when I'm not inside the college, is that please do not aim to get to like the topper of your college, right? I think, like, to do well in college, to do extremely well, you have to work super hard. To do extremely bad, you have to work super hard for that as well. To do okay, like get like a 7.58 sort of a GPA, you have to do like not much work, right? And that leaves you with a lot of time where you can work on actually building skills. I think getting into that 7.5 to 8.5 sort of a GPA is the ideal place to be. Anything more than 9 requires a lot of effort, will mean that you will not be able to focus on your skills, and you'll just be focused on college exams. Anything below 7, 7.5 might be a painful experience when you sit for placements, right? And I'm telling you, if you do the just basic amount of work, attend like basic number of assignment like classes, do your assignments on time, you'll be okay, and you'll be able to maintain a decent sort of a GPA, which should be good enough. So, see, it's a little hard right now as a fresher to get amazing job opportunities, especially if you don't have the right skills. Honestly, if you have good skills, showcase them as part of projects, showcase them. And if you don't have a job right now, just apply for internships. Tell companies, hey, I'll work for very minimum amount of money. I'm telling you, a lot more companies might be able to sort of interview you just because you're showing that zeal that I want to work. I don't care about money. Give me work to do and give me experience, right? And I'm telling you, a lot of companies will just open up, and they might not even ask you to get paid less. Just be very, very resourceful. That's very important. Overall in life, it's very important for us to be resourceful. If you're not able to like open doors, just keep knocking on multiple doors, and something will open someday. Just keep reaching out to people, but with some substance, have good projects to show, right? And then if you're not able to get a job right away, do an internship rather than sitting empty for some certain amount of time. Let's try to get an internship so that that experience starts showing up in your resume. So it's very, very important that we keep hustling, keep fighting for it, and we'll get there, right? So please do not just sit and feel bad about it. Work on projects, get an internship, and build that experience that will eventually help you get a job. Okay, seems like somebody qualified for Codekaze and filled the Google form, but did not get any response. Why? See, I'm really worried. I don't know. Like a lot of people got hired through Codekaze at multiple companies, but in the end, it's the companies who have to decide. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to look at your resume and tell you why, sort of what you need to do in your resume to work and improve on your skills to sort of do well in the companies, in the interviews. So I just started second year CSC. How much should I need to know in machine learning for doing machine learning engineering internship? Currently, I know a little bit of C and Python, a lot of it. Because if you apply for a machine learning engineering intern, I'm telling you, a lot of people are applying for that right now. And those people would have learned a decent amount of machine learning, decent amount of projects they would have done before they start applying for internships. So you will have to do that effort as well. But you have a lot of time. You are just in second year. So learn, first of all, be good in, don't just know a little bit of C and Python. Be good in C or Python, not C. I would say Python or C++ or Java. And then once you're good in DSA and one of those languages, then jump into machine learning, right? You have enough time to do well. You have to do some projects and then you can start applying for internships. Okay, guys, let's quickly take three more questions. And I know this will never end. So let's take three more questions and then we'll close it for today. I'll keep coming for these sort of sessions regularly. We'll love to see you guys regularly here. And I know I was not very active on YouTube for some time, but now that's going to change. So please do come for such sessions. I am hoping that you guys do find it sort of useful. I absolutely love talking to all of you. So yeah, so hopefully we'll keep seeing you again and again. Okay, let's take three more. So just a quick comment. Taj Paksha is saying, you want to talk to me, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Just send me a message and I'll reply back there. And then we can decide to have a discussion sometime. So Ishan is saying, can being great at competitive programming be enough to give me placements? See, it depends, right? Like if you are in a great college, being good in DSA, where a lot of companies come on campus to hire, generally is good enough for you to get a great placement because these companies tend to test on DSA. So great campus where a lot of companies come in, generally CP DSA is good enough. But if you are, let's say, at a campus where not a lot of companies are visiting, then you have to reach out to a lot of companies. And most of the startups would definitely want you to be good in development skills as well. So you don't want to be just limited to those 3, 4, 5 companies which are allowing your company, your college to for placement and are like product-based companies where everybody sort of wants to go to, like those Amazon, Adobe, Flipkart. If these are the only companies that you are able to target, they will be okay with just CP. But then your college, whether you'll be able to get that interview or not, all of that will depend. And just having 5, 6 companies where you want to go to is very risky sort of strategy. So just like repeat what I just said. I'm just saying if you're at a great college where a lot of companies come on campus, I think you might be okay with just CP. Right? If you are not at a great campus where not a lot of companies are coming in, then I would recommend that just CP is going to be a very risky move. Overall, wherever you are, irrespective of the campus where you are, I think just doing CP for 4 years is absolutely waste of time. You should do CP, not saying that don't do CP, but do development as well. That's what companies will ask you to do once you join the company. So learn that. A lot of companies will check that skill as well. So might as well get good at it rather than just spending all the 4 years focusing on just one thing. I don't think that's the right strategy for us to sort of focus on. I just missed a question, which I think like it was talking about no meetups, no offline meetups. We actually just did a meetup in our office recently. We had a online event where basically the top 100 sort of winners were invited to our office, which was an amazing event. I had a lot of fun in that. And along with that, I do keep coming to campuses every now and then. So if I'm at your campus or if I'm in your city, please do sort of ping me and I'll be happy to sort of catch up. You will get to know on social media whenever I'm visiting some sort of campus. So would love to sort of catch up. Yeah. Okay. So Shivam is saying, sir, why should I buy online course if everything present on YouTube for free? I love this question. So let me quickly answer this. Right? See, so when I started coding ninjas, the like YouTube was there. There was a lot of content there, and I think one thing that was very clear to me is that not a lot of people are able to learn from this. See, it's not just about videos. It's about structured videos with the right sort of problems being defined for you being able to work. Then if you get stuck somewhere, are you able to get the right sort of help at that time? In the end, what is more important is that you are able to learn whatever you want to learn. A little bit of money for that, a little bit of cost for that is irrelevant, because what really matters is that you are able to learn. When I started coding ninjas, it was very, very clear to me that colleges are not able to do this. Nobody's able to do it in an offline setting as well. So somebody needs to do this. Somebody needs to solve this problem, because companies are not able to hire. Companies are struggling to hire, and people are struggling to get these jobs. And that's why we started coding ninjas. Right now, to make sure that you get amazing TA support, where any type of doubt you have at any point of time, you get it. You like this gets answered right away. We need to make sure that the content is relevant. The content is amazing. There is this website which has to run, right? Like all these problems have to be maintained. So it does come with a little bit of cost. We've tried our best to keep it as low as possible, but in the end, it's totally your choice. If you think you can maintain your motivation learning through YouTube, you are able to find the right sort of questions to work upon. If you have a doubt where you get stuck, will you be able to get the answer to it? If you are able to do all of that, please go ahead and learn for free. No point paying for it. But you also need to realize the amount of money you're paying and what you get in return. Not in terms of just that course, but in terms of your career, impact of that on your career. You need to evaluate that as well. And then accordingly make a decision. Right? Perfect. Let me quickly take a few more questions. यार अब ये फिर से वही है ना, ये नाम राम है, आई डोंट नो एक्चुअल नाम क्या है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फेक नाम है, राम राम. बताओ यार क्या प्रॉब्लम है ना. आई एम हियर टू टॉक टू यू, आई एम हियर टू लिसन टू यू. फील फ्री टू रीच आउट टू मी ऑन लिंक्डइन इफ यू थिंक वी हैव डन समथिंग रॉन्ग. आई वांट टू टॉक टू यू. Right, I will make sure that it gets corrected, and I'll make sure that we do the right thing. In the end, we personally, I and coding as a company, we really care about our students, right? So I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that you don't feel that you've done anything wrong. So if you have a problem, please do reach out to me, and I'll make sure that it gets solved, right? Sumedh, about your extending your course, just please reach out to our team and somebody will answer. Don't worry about it. You can CC me at ankush@codingninjas.com. Reach out to the team at contact@codingninjas.com and CC me at ankush@codingninjas.com. We'll take care of it. Don't worry. Ram, I'll respond. Just leave me a message. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Tension mat lo. So let's take last two questions. Ankit is saying, I'm working as an embedded software engineer for 1.2 years. I want to advance my career as a Linux kernel developer. What should I focus on? See, honestly, I don't have a lot of experience in generally hardware side of things, but you're working as an embedded software engineer and Linux kernel developer. I'm sure like these are transitions that you'll have to work upon, right? I think any sort of specific role that you want to get into, just look at as many JDs as possible. Just find people who have been doing it. Just reach out to them. And I'm telling you, the more niche the role gets, people are much more friendly. They want to talk to people who are getting in, give them the advice, find a mentor who will help you sort of in this journey, and they will be able to make your life much easier. Please do that. Hmm. Okay, guys. I think we are sort of done. And I can see some questions around EMIs and everything around that. See, I'm telling you, in the end, you need to evaluate if whatever you are getting into will help you in your career. If you think it will, you need to look at whatever you're paying, will it lead to that sort of impact for you or not? If the answer is yes, please go for it. If the answer is no, please don't go for it. You need to evaluate that. If you have a specific question, if you have specific feedback for me, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll make sure that I reply to all of you. Right? So specifically today, if any message I get on LinkedIn, I'll reply today itself. You can find me on LinkedIn, Ankush Singla. You will find me and then just message me, and I'll make sure that I reply to you there. And if required, I'll get on a call with you, answer all your questions, make sure that you get a satisfactory answer. Even if that means that I might end up telling you, hey, this is not the right program for you. That's okay. I don't care about that. What I care about is that I am able to guide you to get into the right place. That is far more important for me. Just reach out to me, and I'll answer everything that you might have, whatever you want to know from. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Absolutely love doing this. We'll see you again sometime, and thank you so much. Bye.